Francis
What's
Escandor.
up,
What's up, my
brother?
man?
What's up? How you
How are
been? How
you?
you
Thanks for
been?
joining me. I'm good. Thanks for
Thank you.
joining me
Thank you for
tonight,
having
bro.
me. Of course.
My pleasure. Hey, you've heard about this in Taft, right? Cookies by CEO.
Cookies? Actually, no, not really. No, I'm so
I
sorry.
need to send you some then.
Really?
For sure. CEO, let's
For
get
sure.
Francis some, but after he gets drafted as a
Oh
celebration because
yeah.
he's
Okay. Yeah.
he's looking
Yeah.
lean, he's looking fit, he's looking
Yeah.
like
Kind of.
he's ready to be a pro. Bro, tell us about your draft prep, man. How's it going?
It's been really good. It's been really good. Well, I just left the MPBL with the Manila team, so and preparing for the draft. Just keep working out with Migs, keep my nutrition and dialed with them, and hopefully in Sunday we'll see how it goes. Yeah.
Fantastic, bro. And it looks like the preparation is really helping because I was watching your vertical leap earlier at
Yeah.
the combine measurements. And
It
bro,
was
I didn't
yeah.
know you had hops.
Nah, it
Honestly,
was nothing.
I didn't know you had hops, man.
Nah, nah.
Props for the hops, bro. I
Props.
mean,
Shout out to Migs, but yeah, it's been I could get up sometimes. Sometimes.
so
Not yeah.
so how do you envision the differences of your game from the college level to the pro level?
I said this a while ago. I think in the pros, it really is like people are way smarter, faster, bigger, and stronger. It's not all about because coming out of college, it's all about kumbaga, the playing field is all about system. It's all about the coaches. It's not just like individually, but in the pros, it's like you have to be really good to excel, and you have to be really smart, and physically you have to be ready for what it takes. Because people out there, it's are really better. I mean, people don't know how competitive the PBA is. I think us going to the draft just have to be ready for it. So yeah.
Awesome. Baltax wants to know, and this is good to ask about. Are you going to play immediately in the PBA once drafted? Or are you going to
uh
still finish the MPBL season? But you were released, so I'm guessing
yes,
straight to
yes.
PBA.
I might go straight. Yes, but
Got you,
also
got you.
yeah, it might depend on the team, but I might go straight. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. And that's going to be an interesting subplot here in the PBA draft after at least who's going to finish the MPBL season until December and who's going
Yeah,
to play right away in the PBA
exactly.
because like with Justin Baltazar and Pampanga, they're contending, but he'd
Exactly.
probably be the top overall pick. So we'll see. Very interesting. A lot of MPBL players didn't apply also this season in the draft
Yes,
because they
yes.
wanted to stay in the MPBL. So a lot going on in the world of
Yeah.
basketball in that regard. Okay, since we're watching Francis show off his shooting range. Good question here from RC. Francis, you are known as a shooter. Can you share to us your shooting routine? How many shots do you make in one day? Do you believe that weightlifting can actually affect your shooting?
That's really like the dilemma with the whole weightlifting and shooting debate going on. But I think it really doesn't really bother your shot as much as long as you get in your reps. Because I've always believed that if you just keep shooting each and every day, even though you lift weights, I don't think it'll affect your shot as much. So yeah, I don't think so. But I
Great,
think
great.
old school way of thinking, because you are gonna get stronger in the weight room, so your touch will eventually be different. But as long as you get the reps in, it wouldn't. You're good. Yeah.
Awesome. Basketball PH wants to ask Francis, where do you think you'll end up in the draft? Where do you want to play? So, any idea which teams might be looking at you right now, Francis?
I've been working out with some teams. Right now, I'm just really open. I mean, I really don't have like a set team to go to. Wherever I'm needed, wherever I'm wanted, I'll be there, and I'll 100% give my all. So yeah.
Superb. Ping Pong wants to ask Francis, now that you're in the pros, what are some of your goals in regard to your basketball career? I believe individually, what do you want to accomplish, Francis?
I just really want to provide what my team really wants the best way I can. Whether it's shooting threes, playing defense, just being a great teammate. I think I just really want to focus on that because whatever the team success is, that's what my success is. So I'm just gonna do it the best way I can.
Love that mindset. Team success can lead to more individual success and actual individual performances. We love a team players as ping pong, absolutely. You know who else loves team players? Coaches, team
Uh,
managers, and players on the team. Okay, let's see. By the way, guys, again, giveaway going on. Free bucket of cookies. I will send it to you delivery free if you answer the question. How many three pointers did Francis Escandor hit in game two of the UAAP final season 86? And you also have to follow my Instagram and Cookies by CEO on Instagram. I posted the links in the message the room section. Francis Escandor joining us, everybody. Thanks to everyone watching right now. Francis, let's go to the UAP finals because I think that really kickstarted where you are
uh,
now. That game
yeah,
two, massive, massive. Do
yeah,
you
yeah,
think you being a pro playing in your final season just gave you a mental advantage over your opponents in a game like that, where it's a closeout game? Maybe UP's a little too adamant about
yeah,
scoring the knockout punch early, and you're
yeah,
just kind of, like working one, death by a thousand cuts, almost
yeah,
one hit there, and then
exactly.
suddenly you're up big, right? So, what was your mindset there?
Coming into game two, because game one didn't really go our way. Well, it really didn't. Coming into game two, we were all just looking at each other, and I really looked at myself in the mirror, saying, "This might be your last game in your whole college career. Like, how would you want yourself to play?" Kumbaga, I think that's where I got my motivation from. Just thinking and the fact that it could really be my last game if we end up losing that game. So I felt like that just gave me another push, and just back against the wall, and we just believe. I just felt like I just needed to let it fly that game, and eventually it did, and I was thankful I made some shots. Yeah.
Bro, when UP was up, I think it was 10 too early. I remember the
Oh.
crowd chanting Starbucks, Starbucks, because
Oh, really?
but that DLSU Freedom Wall post, did you see that?
Oh,
Free
yeah, yeah,
Star.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Free Starbucks if
I know, which was like the ultimate jinx,
yeah,
by the way, and why I
yeah,
think you guys lost. No, I'm just joking, obviously, but
yeah.
like,
I saw that too.
why you?
Yeah,
Right, but so at that point, UP's up big early in game one.
yeah.
Was there a little bit of sense that, oh no, the rope might be going away here a little bit? And how did you guys come back from that?
Oh, for sure. There was for sure doubts going through our heads because we really didn't play our game the first game. We were like, what? Are we gonna go down like this? Kumbaga, we were all looking at each other like, what? Are we going down like, is this the end of it? But eventually we just look back at how far we've gone, and I know we just oh, I'm sorry, but we were just like saying we really really want this. We're not gonna let this slip. We were just really really passionate, and we really really wanted to win more, and I felt like we showed it the next two games. Yeah,
For sure, that's real, man. And great
yeah,
job. Absolutely great job. Just stepping up when the team needed it most. A lot of you
yeah.
guys stepped up too. I have to ask Francis, last season in this finals against UP, Ateneo was rooting for you guys. It felt like the Ateneo
Oh yeah,
community.
I
I don't
saw.
think they'll
Yeah.
be rooting a lot for LaSalle in the future
Oh, I
moving
know.
forward because
Yeah,
of
right
latest
now with everything's going. Yeah, I don't
with
think
everything. Yeah,
with
exactly.
everything going on. Yeah.
Did you guys speak to Mason about ever since he joined LaSalle? What do you think of that move?
Not yet. I heard he practiced already. Today.
Yes,
Yeah, it was his first day in practice, so we might show up or we might come visit him sometime. Show some love for
I
sure.
see.
Have to.
Awesome,
Yeah,
awesome.
he's one of
Is it?
us now. He's
I
one of
see. See,
us.
so
Yeah,
how legit is that? Because I know you grew up in the LaSalle
yeah.
educational system, before the college. Did you also go to Ateneo for a while? Did you?
I went to Ateneo, but it was in Davao, so
Okay,
it's
yeah, yeah.
yeah,
So
yeah,
so Ateneo Davao, and then you came to high school for LaSalle, I think one season, and then
yeah.
you
I
ended up
played in
in
Zobel,
college.
and then I ended up
Yes,
playing in
exactly,
college.
Isabel.
Yes.
Now, with all of that said, I mean, how strong is that LaSalle love and brotherhood,
Oh,
whether you're in the campus still or no longer there? And also, is it the same for Ateneo? And how do you live with that, like knowing that just, and not in a bad way, by the way, but how do you live with that,
yeah,
knowing that once you enter like a team like that, a team with so much history and
yeah,
a rivalry,
yeah,
you're just that's just part of you for life now. Do you
yeah.
willingly accept that?
I feel like kumbaga, it's a double-edged sword. LaSalle fans and alumni are really, really passionate. And we're all for it. We're all for it. Kumbaga, of course, it's normal. Once we lose, everyone's frustrated, everyone's sad. But once we win, we really, really feel that support. and that our fan base is really really. But we have no complaints whatsoever with our fans and with our alumni, because they're all out supporting us. And really feel like once you bleed green, it's like a one big family, and I feel like they take care of us and they show us tons of love, and I have no complaints whatsoever being on the green side.
Of course, of course. Once a Green Archer
Yeah,
champion, always a
always
Green
have.
Archer champion,
Yeah,
in more ways
always.
than one. Let's get to some questions here. Fran Lu, who, by the way, enjoyed inciting some Ateneo fans earlier on Facebook after that Mason post. What is the biggest lesson you've learned throughout your UAP career that you can use in your future PBA career? That's the first question. Second question I want to get to here from Ralph. Aside from you, who do you think also played big for your team in the game two win against UP?
Well, for the first question, I think it's just perseverance and hard work. Coming out of high school, I wasn't really the most talented. I really didn't even get to play as much. So I just stuck with it. Always had that mindset to always get better, regardless what the outcome was, whether you got to play or not. And eventually there will be a time for you. And just always keep the faith no matter what. With the
Great.
second question,
Yes.
I think I'll have to show some love with my brother Josh. Of course, is gonna talk about like how I made all the threes and stuff, but I have to give credit to Josh and to CJ. Well, actually, the whole team, but Josh really stepped up big because he also made clutch threes, and also CJ. So I felt like he deserved some love too. So yeah, he really really stepped up to that game.
Hello to
Yeah.
Kareem, a big De La Salle Green Archers fan now in the playback for the Navs effect. Yes, you can still catch our episodes on YouTube and Spotify. Okay, let's see if we missed some other questions here. RC, going back to your fitness regimen, Francis, what are sports that you can recommend for cross training, which can be helpful in basketball if you do cross train?
I feel like there's no particular sport, but just being active in general. Working on your, I don't want to sound too technical, but working on like your plyometrics and just keep your body moving. And I feel like that's gonna help you in your basketball game and just really playing the sport and just really loving and enjoying what you do. And I feel like that's a great start, a great foundation to really bring out the best in you.
Superb, superb. And by the way, earlier when Francis arrived at the PBA Draft Combine, ironically, sabay-sabay sila ni Nonoy and ni
Sorry about that.
Policarpio.
Yeah, we were a tad late. We were a tad late. So
You guys were working on Lasal timing, di ba? Taft
yeah, yeah,
timing.
yeah,
Taft
yeah.
timing.
We
Yeah,
were.
they might have come in while some of the guys were
Yeah,
stretching already, but of course they
yeah,
instantly didn't need a warm up. They just got to work, and I
yeah,
don't know how they were jumping and running without like warming up like as much as the other guys did. But still, props for the great performance.
yeah.
Let's see, did I miss any questions here? Oh, actually, no, I want to get to something about the PBA draft. So it's you, it's
Okay.
Policarpio, it's Nonoy, it's Nelly, and it's Ben from the
Yeah,
Championship LaSalle team. Am I right?
yeah.
So
5 guys.
five of you Green Archers. If you had to guess, what's the order of who gets drafted first to fifth?
First to fifth. I would say Ev would be number one. I think it would also depend on the team. If a team needs a big, then probably Big Ben and Paulie would go higher. Depends, but I would probably go Evan, Paulie, Ben, and depends what the team needs. If it's either a bigger guard or a smaller guard with me and Mark. So
Yeah, interesting. I think one or two will be a combination of Polly and or Evan.
yeah, for
I'm
sure.
hearing that Polly's been standing out in his workouts with teams
Oh
like
yeah,
a few teams including Northport and Lex,
yes, I've
what
heard.
I heard at least, yes. And then Evan, of course, I'd be watching Phoenix at the fourth pick, of
Yeah, I
course.
might. Yeah.
I'd be watching, and interesting if Evan would somehow reunite with Migs, who you guys worked with
Oh
at
yeah, yeah,
DLSU, and also Coach Jamike, who worked closely with Coach Topex. I would say that there are some similarities with the system. They train at Activate too, so I watch out for Phoenix when it comes to Evan.
yeah,
But let's also see where Kai Balungay drops because I think that's the
yeah.
main factor. The Kai Cedric at the top.
Yeah.
Do you anticipate second round for yourself, Francis, or you're thinking maybe
Uh,
late first as a possibility?
I think second round. I would say second round is a safe pick. for me at least. But you never know. I don't know. I mean, I'm just really hoping for the best, regardless where I go, and I'm just really, really excited, nervous, whatever I'm feeling, and yeah, it's gonna be fun.
Would you like Phoenix because of the similarity with what you just had at
Actually, yes.
DLSU?
Yeah, I worked out with them a few times, and I really, really could see like how their system is. It's really like college ball. So, and knowing that Coach Topex came from Phoenix, so it really, really feels like I haven't left staff. So, yeah,
For sure.
kumbaga,
Eh,
kumbaga.
and of course, it really didn't feel that way nung sabay-sabay kayong pumasok. Like I said
Yeah,
earlier, the Taft
exactly,
spirit is still strong, right?
exactly.
So, Francis, when you look back at the last season, what particularly did Coach Topex do that really put the DLSU basketball program on the up and up?
Well, I felt like he just brought us together. I felt like we've always had the tools to win, you know, and I always believed in our team. I always believed whether we would lose or we wouldn't be where we are now. This team, there's something special in our team, and it's just a matter of time. Someone or something would just keep us together, you know, and just make us gel. And I really felt like Coach Topex really did a great job with that, and bringing us together, bringing us closer to one another, and bringing out the best in each other. Uh,
Fantastic.
and eventually it showed, winning that championship. Yeah, that was special.
Fantastic. Basket BPH has a question. Which teams asked you for a workout? Can you share?
I've worked out with Rain or Shine, Converge, and Phoenix so far. Yeah.
Rain or Shine, Converge, and Phoenix. Okay, very interesting.
Uh,
Converge would be interesting too because of your time with a strong group earlier this
yeah, yeah,
year.
yeah.
Of course,
With
it would
Navs.
feel almost homey.
Yeah, it
And
would.
Aldenayo, college
Coach
champion
Allen.
coach, he's changed a bit since the pros, but he
Uh,
still runs something similar to our college program. Let's see. Okay, good question here from RC. Who is that one player in the PBA that you look forward playing with and against after you get drafted?
playing with, probably because I've worked out with some of the PBA guys right now. Kuya Wami Chongson, I've worked out with him before. Kuya Jason Perkins, and kumbaga, I just feel like I want to play. I'm excited to play with them and against them, kumbaga, because I've seen them work. I've seen them put in the work, and I've worked with them, and I feel like that would be exciting. Sharing the court with them. Yeah.
Fantastic. I'd like to see that for you. Just some info here shared by our friend Ivan on the Messenger group chat. Mark Nonoy had the highest running vertical leap at 53. Mark Nonoy,
Wow, really?
everybody,
That's crazy.
highest,
Yeah.
highest
Late pa kami.
running vertical.
Wala
Oh,
pang warm up.
wala pang warm up yan. Ah.
Wala pang warm up yun.
Mike Malonzo
Yeah.
had the best standing leap at
Oh, yeah.
43
Mike
standing. Mike
Malonzo.
Malonzo,
From
underrated
NU,
athlete
right?
from NU. Yes,
Yes.
good player.
Great player.
Balti's vertical leaps, 34 standing, 40 running. So
Wow.
he also so I mean he's also got those long arms that just
Oh,
come
of
out of nowhere
course.
sometimes.
Of
You would
course.
know this like going up against him. He
Of
could be a
course.
good shot blocker from time to time.
For sure.
Okay,
100%.
let's see. Enzo, I want to ask Francis, who were your UAAP and PBA idols growing up?
UAP, well, UAP idols, I always grew up watching Kuya Jeron Teng, during their
Mm,
time. I think that's what fired the dream in me to play for the De La Salle Green Archers. His whole time in Taft was really spectacular, and I really, really looked up to him and idolized him. In the PBA, I would probably say Sina Jeff Chan, yeah, because
lefty
shooter,
shooter.
lefty shooter, and kumbaga, just how he plays the game. And I feel like that's how I would play if ever I would join or be in the PBA. I was, kumbaga, idol talaga. Shooter, kaliwete.
Superb. Exactly like
Yeah.
you. Maybe you'll get to have a Jeff
Hopefully, we'll
Chan
see.
like career one day. That would be quite the blessing, I would say for sure.
Always, yeah.
Yes, sir. Lion King says much love from Davao, of course, Francis, well known
Yes,
in the
sir.
Davao community.
Thank you,
Rocket
thank
one
you.
two three four. Thanks for joining us. Good question here from Tonyo. I'd be interested too. Do you have any of those hidden gem stories, Francis, from those DLSU practices last season. I think what Tonyo
Hidden
wants to know
gem.
is like a story no one really knows about something what happened at practice, or even just maybe when
Something
you guys are hanging out at the game in the locker room.
something really crazy, huh? Nothing on top of my head really, because I remember we were telling the story after we lost game one, right? Practice was really intense. Like everyone was just barking at each other, and everyone was just rubbing. Kumbaga, everyone was face to face with each other, and I felt like that was probably the most intense practices we've had. We were just really, really, kumbaga, fired up and pissed, and I felt like, kumbaga, this would either be super good or it would be the end of us. And
Damn.
good thing we translated that anger and energy into the game two, and you really, really had that energy going out. Kumbaga, that we weren't gonna back off. We were gonna fight. So I felt like that was really, really, that was
Damn.
one of the
Yeah.
most unforgettable practices I've had. Yeah.
When
I
you
mean,
say
I
up
could,
on each other, when
like
you mean
we,
up
yeah,
on each
like
other's
we were
faces,
hurting each other basically. We
whoa.
were, I mean, while playing or while practicing, but we were really physical with each other because everyone was pissed. Everyone was
Yeah.
mad and angry coming off that terrible loss. Yeah,
Turned out for the best. Correct,
it
Tonyo.
did.
JM
Exactly.
says, if I may ask Francis, what was the worst thing you heard about you from that practice that might have really fired you
From
up for
me,
game two?
uh, probably just being a senior. Do you really want to go down with a loss, with an L?
Did someone
Being a
tell you that
senior.
during the practice?
I think it was more of me telling
Okay.
myself that. But of course, seniors in general, we would always be hard on each other, saying, we've come this far and this is our last year, might as well, just give it our all.
For
I mean,
sure, for
yeah,
sure. And so after that game one practice, you said it would either be the best thing to happen to your team
yeah.
or the
Or the
worst
worst,
thing.
the worst
Now,
thing would, yeah.
yeah, I mean, obviously, you guys now won the championship, so no matter what it is, it ended up being for the best thing. But
Hmm.
after that game, after that practice where it was intense, what was your assumption? Would it be for the best thing or the worst thing?
Honestly, I was like, you know what? This has never happened to us. We would never be that intense with each other. But something deep down inside said, "Nah, this is right. This is the right way." Something good's gonna happen next game. Watch, and that really was. It really was something special. And kumbaga, I think God really wanted that to happen. Everything was, kumbaga, all the stars aligned for us, and yeah, that was really something special.
For you, I mean, you just had the game of your life in game two, right? So
Yeah,
if you just had the game of your life, a part of you wants to settle down for a second at least and reflect and be like,
yeah,
I had a great game. I'm going to give
yeah,
myself a pat in the back.
yeah,
But then if you have a do or die game three a few days
yeah,
later, you also still need to be in that mindset of, okay,
yeah.
like you were during the practice, physical, intense, you want to kill the opponent. How did you
Exactly.
find that balance?
As much as I wanted to celebrate and call it a day, of course, it wasn't finished. We still had one more game. But kumbaga, there was this odd composure and confidence in all of us after that game two, and saying that we're gonna win this. There was this feeling coming into that game three, saying I don't know, for some reason we're gonna win this regardless we don't really know what the outcome was, but seeing like the community, like everyone was with us, we had, I mean, I'd be getting goosebumps talking about it. People were lining up in the mornings to get tickets. It was really, really a great experience, and we were like, no matter what happens, I mean, the community's got our back, and let's win it for them and for us. We're already there, so yeah, that was really, really special.
I've seen a lot of LaSalle championship teams over the years. Not to make me sound
Mm.
like an old guy, but I've
Not
seen
too
a
old,
lot
not
of
too old.
not too old. Although the beard kind of makes me look old, but I like it. I like it. I've seen quite a number of LaSalle championships over the years, and just there's to me, it's almost like the 2023 championship would probably be my favorite, just because it almost came out of nowhere to some degree,
Exactly.
right? You guys
Exactly.
started
Yeah.
the season off slow,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
there was UP and Ateneo, and you guys
Yeah.
kind of were like in the outside looking in, trying to barge
Yes.
in, and
Yes.
then you
Yes.
did. But when you did, naturally, it's like, okay, it's their first time in the finals. UP has been in the finals a few years now. Then after game one, it felt that way, and then you found
Yeah.
a way to like just bounce back and win. Very impressive. Probably my
Yeah.
favorite LaSalle championship yet.
Mm.
Good question from RC, because after you guys won the championship, you might have won the off season as well. LaSalle did when LaSalle got Jacob Cortez, and then after that Luis, and then after that Kian,
Of course.
Alex,
And
and then
now.
cherry on the top, Mason, right?
Yes.
So RC
Yes.
wants to know what happened when you guys watched the NCAA finals game between San Beda and Mapua, which involved Jacob Cortez. Were you guys at that game?
I think me and Josh, we watched that game. Just so because me, Josh, and Jacob, were great friends. Even before
From
he
LSGA?
transferred to, yeah. Oh, no, 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 no. We were just great friends in general off the
Mhm.
court. We would train together a lot, and kumbaga, we just wanted to show support to our guy. I don't know if that made him decide. Probably not. He's probably set already. But we were just out there to support, show some love, and it wasn't really that much of us trying to recruit him or whatever. Yeah.
Did you low key recruit him though? Tonyo asked.
Of course, we would just have a conversation about it. You know, it's a thought, of course. But at the end of the day, it was his decision. We could only do so
Natural
much.
conversations,
Yeah,
exactly.
just chill, of course.
Okay, maybe 2 more minutes before I let Francis go, everybody. So if you want to send in your questions, now is the time to do so. Good question here from Mika, because we haven't touched much about your time with Strong Group. But who was
Mm.
your favorite player to work with during your time with SGA?
My favorite player to work with. I'll probably get a lot of hate for saying this, but it would probably be my. Because we've been teammates in top, and we're both Bisaya, so we could. I
You
think I
relate.
spent the yeah we could relate the most, and yeah, we would just work out. We just talk about stories, what it was like on their side, what it was like on our side, and we would just continue to work, and yeah, that was pretty fun. That was pretty fun.
Was there some trash talking involved, or it was all love?
It was all love. It was all love. But at the end of the day, I felt like, I mean, we all know who won, so yeah.
Man,
Yeah,
good question
we
here,
don't have
Francis.
to. Yeah, we don't have to rub it in. You don't have to rub it in.
You just kept it there, yeah. Fran Liu wants to ask, what was your favorite off-court memories at DLSU during your UAP career?
Probably the parties after the championship.
Keeping it real, keeping it real. I respect
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
No, no.
probably that.
You did say in the post game three stage presentation in
Oh,
campus,
oh yeah.
12:30,
Mm,
1 a.m.
12:30.
Everyone was
That
like
was nice.
awake, alive, and kicking, right? And
Yeah,
not literally, but yeah. You then told your group mates you apologize. Sorry, I haven't been replying to the group chat. I
yeah,
haven't contributed much to the group project. I was
yeah.
concentrated on winning a UAP championship. Did you ever make up for that? Did you ever get back
Uh,
and catch up to things?
I think I did. I think I was really grateful for my group mates and my classmates that they were supporting me throughout the championship and throughout the playoff run. But yeah, they got my back, and I was really thankful for that. So
Fantastic.
yeah, that
Fantastic.
was
Well, Francis, it was a great conversation. I'll take room
really,
for
really
one
great
more question from the crowd before we let him go and get some rest. The draft combine day two is Thursday,
day too.
by the way, so he will need to get his sleep. Okay, Mika, you've had some great questions tonight, so I will choose your question to end this. More of a casual, silly question. Were you there at the Phil Oil finals last month? Yes, he was. I saw him there. What did you
Yes.
think? Why did UP muster that comeback in the second half?
Well, in my opinion, they were making their shots. Everything was falling for them in the second half. Because LaSalle, we were up by like 20, from what I remembered. But I feel like it was really, really a great learning experience for us. I think people are getting it complicated, saying we're gonna lose or whatnot, but it's too early into the season, and I don't think. I mean, of course, we wanted to win that game. So it just shows that we still have more work to do, and we're not a finished product, and it's gonna be really a bloody battle come next season with UP and LaSalle, as it always would be.
I think that's going to be the finals again. You're right, UP LaSalle.
Yeah.
And it feels like those two are just a level above everybody else. I'm
Mm.
sure Francis will be at the games
I
when
will. I
we
will.
watch UP and LaSalle take on each other. Like you said, he's LaSalle for life, and a lot of the UP
Of
fans
course.
at this point also feel like they're UP for life, and they should.
Of course.
And
Of
you can
course.
say that about really every school in the UAP, which is why the UAP is awesome. And the UAP is where Francis
Yes.
used his stage to show that he can be a quality pro player,
Yes.
which he will be after he's drafted this weekend. Francis
Hopefully.
Escandor, everybody, thanks so much for joining me, bro. Best of luck in
Thank
the
you so much,
combine,
brother.
and
Thank you so much.
uh, I'll be
Yeah,
very
thank
happy
you
to
for
see you
having me.
drafted come Sunday. And you're always
Yes, sir.
welcome here, man.
Thank you, brother.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.